you need to play your very best.
We get another season of the Canadian Bowling Championships underway with women's 5-pin play. Last year's runner-up, Barb McLachlan, former pins game champion. She's from Mississauga, Ontario, goes against Winnipeg, Manitoba's Holly Chaikowski, former national youth bowling champion. So both of them have impressive resumes. Certainly, when you look at, as a veteran of TV play, that would have to be Barb.
She'd be the one to bet on right now, but see how she gets started off here. Throws an easy backup ball into the pocket. Starts it off perfect. Now in this format, Holly will get up and play 2 frames, so they'll alternate who's leading off in the frame, basically.
One previous TV appearance, that was on a pins game when she won $450, making it through to the quarterfinals. Everything slows up a little bit, doesn't it? And when, we have to draw the comparison to the pins game. And you've often said if you feel troubled, you have to make the adjustments if in fact you're looking for certain spots on a lane. This time you can in fact maybe go with something to see if it works, if it doesn't change 2 or 3 frames down.
Exactly, you've got a little leeway here. So she covers up for the spare. Opportunity now, get it on the side of the head pin for at least a good count. Okay, that's 2 misses in a row to the left side, or count 20 on her first frame now. Needs to recover with the spare. Get rid of those first few frame jitters, the nerves kicking in. Better recovery and gets the break for the spare. Just a little full on that last shot, but managed to carry that right corner pin. Sets up a spare for Barb to look at. Barb with the strike working in the first frame. Easy delivery here, nice follow through on the side again.
I'm surprised that left corner didn't go.
Good ball. She had lots of pin action going around back there. But now needs to line up. And here's the big key. Cover the spare. Keep the game alive.
Top of the third, right?
You're ahead of in the pinfall right now. Just keep that lead and you move on.
Nicely done to pick up the spare. So a strike spare up for Barb McLachlan. Nice start for the runner-up in last year's 5-pin championship, Barb McLachlan, Mississauga, Ontario. Strike spare, 2 spares for Holly Chaikowski out of Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Barb's been on the middle both times, strike in the first, left corner spare in the second. She leads off in the third and gets the string. Great action on that one. She got tapped on that left corner. This time the string comes all the way around. You got to be a little patient here. Fits the ball into the pocket. The delayed reaction, and here it comes. So 60 in the second frame for Barb McLachlan now. And a good result for Holly. First time on the middle. Gets the good result with a strike. She trails by 10 pins after 2 frames. Both players with strikes in the third. She sets up for this one, delivers the ball nicely. Good follow through into the left pocket. No doubt about it, all 5 pins in the pit. Needs to repeat that shot now as she leads off in 4. Got a little lazy on that one. You can see arm fall off to the right a little bit. Weak shot on the middle, managed to carry everything but the left corner. And her first test at picking up the corner pin now.
We mentioned that she is a former Youth Bowling Council champion from 2000, and here again gets all the wood, as you say. She's rather unique in her delivery.
Takes a big first step, and then a kick up, and then do a three-step approach, finishes with the slide. Big thing, you want to keep that left foot pointed straight down the lane. Stay balanced. Big key at the foul lines. Keep balanced. Okay, there's the first miscue for Barb. Off to the left side. She'd been on the middle previously. Strikes in the first and the third. A left corner back in the second. Now needs to keep the string alive with a spare. Here's the danger shot.
Oh, goodness, off the sidewall.
Big break there again. That's the danger with missing the middle on the first ball. You can get tapped on a shot like this, and she nearly does. If that pin would have remained standing on the deck, they would have respotted it back on the 2-pin spot. 10 pins separating the two now. Both bowlers with spares.
Barbara won $5,000 last year as the runner-up, as she has marked in all frames so far.
Solid strike. She's had a strike every time on the left lane. First, third, and fifth as she leads off now. Holly Chaikowski to respond. Watch for the arm to come up nice and straight, down the middle. Good lift on that one.
Well, we've got a game. Way to go, ladies. Nice start to a brand new season of the Canadian Bowling Championship.
Good mix on the pins. She looks down, just checks that spot that she had laid that one out on, and now wants to duplicate it. Watch for the balance at the end and the good follow through, the steady head focused on the spot. Looks a little off there.
Pulled it down.
Yep, pulled it over to the left, and now by taking out just the 3-pin, a much more difficult spare. Got to be perfect with this one, or else hope for a lucky string.
Right side of the head pin?
Yeah, you can get it on either side.
Really?
The speed has to be right.
Oh, dear.
Manages to grab that one. It looked a little full.
Boy, did it ever.
But the ball just took out the back end of the left corner for the spare to keep her game alive. As it goes down, you'll see it hits full on the head pin, and watch how narrowly that ball just grabs that left corner. Keeps her alive, though. Good games going for both bowlers at the present time. Barb, an opportunity here to distance herself if she can throw a strike.
Yeah, she does.
Great pin action. She's hit it in the pocket, she's hit it full, and she's hit it now thin, and managed to carry strikes every time. So just enough action on this one to kiss off the left corner. Got the double working. Big chance to build up pinfall now.
Wow.
There we go. A 45 count by virtue of that third strike, bringing her total up to 165 in the fifth as compared with Holly's 140. But the double working, mega points coming up. Holly's got to respond with a strike.
It's good for her. Good for her.
Okay, that keeps her pretty much even. She's going to lose a little pinfall in the sixth, but this was a huge strike for her. Fits it over to the left side of the head pin, carries all the wood into the back of the pit. Now, here's the one she wants to set up and take her time on. 8th frame. Huge setup frame.
Holly works for Quintex Uniform Rentals in Winnipeg. That's the one. That's the one.
Fabulous shot.
That's great for somebody making just their second TV appearance. That's responding to the challenge.
Exactly. This sets her up for a possible 350 game. Just drills it right in the middle again. All 5 pins back there. She knew she released a good ball. Got the good result.
Now there you see Barb with 3 in a row, and that extra pin count she got in 5.
And she's going to get it again right here. She's already got 30 pins, so she picks up bonus pins right here on Holly. Lucky break there, right corner, quite full on the middle, so an opportunity again to spare. That was the break that Holly needed was for Barb to break off that run of strikes. That gives her a chance to get back into the game. Potential for Barb McLachlan right now. Throw the spare. Set up the 9th frame. Got to keep a mark working here.
Yeah, an open would hurt, but certainly be good for Holly.
Exactly. Okay, she backs off on this one.
Now she's at 238. In her televised appearances, her average has been 243. So Barbara having a much better game. And she manages to pick up the spare. So that's terrific stuff. Marks in every frame so far for Barb McLachlan.
Possible 358 game. Holly's potential, 350 if she strikes out. Great opening match. So here's the big frame for Barb. Set the table. This will put a lot more pressure on Holly. Her spare counts 15 points, plus whatever she knocks down with this first ball.
No.
And there it is, the dreaded head pin in the 9th frame. That just suddenly dropped her potential if she picks up all the wood down to 318. Just a killer in the 9th.
And gives Holly hope.
Here's where you got to do your work. Pick up 5 on the left or right side, then do it again on the side that remains. If by some miracle you should spare this, that's just mega bonus.
Oh boy.
Okay, chops out the 3. So again, her potential falls. Now down to 316 if she picks up the 5. She can hold it at 318 if she swings them all. Gets the 13 count.
What a time, though, for an open in 9.
Well, the good thing for Barb is she gets to finish. It may be too late for her, but Holly needs this shot. Watch for the follow-through. Good lift on it. No. Swings it off the middle. No real danger done. She can cover the spare. She'll have 235 through 8 frames as compared with Barb's 258. Her potential is dropped to 310.
Oh, that's the killer.
And there's a 9th frame open again for both players now, but this one is a huge mistake for Holly. Try to cover those last 5 pins. We'll give her 245 through 9 frames as compared with Barb's 271. She does. Good job on that. So the best she can do now, strike out for 290. That would force Barb McLachlan into throwing a mark. Go 2 strikes and leave a corner pin. That'd be a 43 count. That would get her up to 288. That would also force Barb into throwing a mark. Got to get the first strike.
No.
Doesn't. The head pin, and she'll bow out to Barb McLachlan. That's the way you like to win. Sitting on the bench, got a frame to play, and you know it's in the bag.
But you know something? With that open in 9, Barb still had to sweat it a little bit.
Oh, exactly.
Considering where she was and up by as many pins as she was.
Yeah.
But she had a run of 3 strikes, 5, 6, and 7. Her first open for McLachlan came in 9.
Both players marks all the way along until the 9th frame. There's the 15 count. Finishes with a very respectable 260 game. But it won't be enough.
The Americans, I think, stopped up to go commercial.
Looking for the big finish. Barb McLachlan, who teaches special education, grades 7 and 8, at Robert H. Lagerquist. That's in Brampton, Ontario.
Just look at the difference in the composure now. Just relaxed, easy, let the ball go. Good things happen.
Well, you wouldn't expect it. I mean, you see it. You do see it. But with her experience, this is where she should have the advantage over somebody such as Holly.
It certainly helps, but when, you know, that head pin showed up for her in the 9th, you could see the look on her face going, oh man, I can do the math here. I'm in a little bit of trouble perhaps.
Nice finish. She recovers from the open in 9, throws 3 strikes, and bowls a 316. Remember, her series average coming in was 243, so last year's runner-up is off to a good start as she looks to win this year's Canadian Women's 5-Pin Bowling Championship.